Hello everyone, greetings from Wageningen, Netherlands. So we've just concluded a exciting workshop on climate change, agriculture and food security as part of the global conference on Youth for Climate Adaptation. This was a conference organized by young people, for young people, in the lead up to the Climate Adaptation Summit. So I'm here with my colleague Doris, who led the organization of this workshop. And we are just having a coffee chat, just to relax after this hectic period and just to share some reflections, which also with you. So Doris, how do you feel having done this workshop?
I'm just very excited actually, because it was a great opportunity to be able to organize such a workshop for youth from all over the globe and empower youth by giving them a space to share their voice, and that their voice also really had a purpose because the results were delivered at the Climate Adaptation Summit itself. So it was great to have the opportunity to contribute something to that.
We live in this strange COVID era, but in normal times it would be in your hometown, right? So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that would have been very special. Also a bit weird because my hometown is actually quite small. I'm from Groningen. It's in the north of the Netherlands. And to have all these important people like Ban Ki-moon, but also just youth from all over the globe coming together, share their views and talk about how we can best adapt to climate change, would have been very cool.
Mm-hmm. And what did you find most inspiring in the workshop?
Yeah, good question. Well, I thought it was great to hear the stories from the youth speakers we had. We had Sebastian Pedraza Paez from Latin America, and we had Victor Mugo from Kenya, and Nirika Singh from South Asia. And they all shared such a different view and their different incentives they are doing with their organization. And to hear from young speakers making these actions, it just inspired me, and it can really give other young people also the feeling like if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm from India, and I started my career as a young climate champion. And listening to new young climate champions who are really leading action in their countries and continents, it was really inspiring for me. Do you think other young people around the world can relate to those actions?
Actions can be different wherever you live, right? But all of them together is adapting to climate change. And it's just great to hear from youth leaders and these young people from different parts of the world, because they have different views, they have different ideas, and they do different actions. But all of this together can result in collaborated action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what I found in my career, and initially starting as a climate champion, is that everyone says youth is important, youth are important, we need to engage them. But then when actually comes to empowering youth and allowing youth to make decisions and lead the way, people backtrack. That's my personal impression. I found it really interesting because it was not just the young climate champions. We also had high-level speakers like Campbell, our director, and Viktoria de Bourbon de Parme, patron of Save the Children Netherlands, joining us as well in such a nice space. And I found that really nice and important. Did you have any reflections on that?
Some people that I know, some young people that also joined the workshop, they were really inspired by them. And also to have such high-level speakers taking the time and giving these young people the opportunity to really interact with them. Creating this safe space because they were so open and very active in the chat, really willing to interact with all the participants, and also hearing from them that every small action you do regarding climate adaptation is important and that we should all do it together. It's not only up to these high-level speakers. And I think it's actually weird that this was a special occasion, because if indeed high-level speakers always say like we want to interact with youth, why is such a relatively small workshop where young people have the opportunity to interact with these speakers special? It should be more normal.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. This should be the norm. It shouldn't be anything special. We should change the ways that we have, transform them. I think it's super important.